Welcome back. Tech companies do need public relations. These are highly intelligent people doing very complicated stuff, but their story needs to be told to the public. And with us, one of the best people in Silicon Valley on this.
Me?
Bospar, yes, principal of Bospar. So this is your own firm.
Yes.
You own this firm.
Yes, I have a business partner as well. I don't want to take anything away from her, of course. But this has been my pride and joy for the past 4 years. And we've been named the Outstanding Boutique PR Firm twice in a row. And so we're looking forward to great things this year as well.
Yeah, no, it seems like you're always getting awards. And I know you work hard as a reporter. So I know you.
We do our own PR. We are an example of what good PR should be like for our clients.
Now, are all your companies tech companies? I mean, you're based in San Francisco, so.
Yeah, most of them are. We do see more and more health companies coming to us and saying, we like what we saw with this tech company. Can you do something like that in the healthcare or health tech space for us? And so we're doing more of that, but tech is where our bread and butter lies.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense because I find like health, especially biotech and tech, are complicated fields. I mean, these are highly specialized people who do this work, and sometimes they can't tell their story that well. They just know so well their field that they have a hard time explaining it in layman's terms.
Yeah, and as a former journalist, when I'm in a client meeting and I'm hearing stuff that's super arcane and super technical, I'm thinking, how would I pitch this in my editorial meeting? How would any other journalist pitch this to their boss or their editors? And so that process comes to thinking about, well, how can we tell the story in a more relatable human way? And how can we make this work for others? So when someone came to me saying, we have a highly scalable platform of virtual events, blah, 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 I said, so you're like TiVo for meetings, right? And that sort of process.
Everybody gets that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, it's really important because technology is becoming such a big part of our lives and growing. So people really kind of need to understand and appreciate what these companies are doing.
Absolutely. And I think more and more of these tech companies need to communicate a big vision. More and more tech companies are coming under scrutiny right now. And so they need to communicate what they're going to do for people, how they're going to improve our lives, and what we could expect from them in the future. And what people really don't like is when they're coy, when they're giving lip service, or when they're giving messaging that's clearly not resonating or even sounds human.
Yeah. Well, what's your opinion about the regulation of tech? Because I kind of go back and forth. Like, I feel like Google's obviously enormous. Facebook is huge, but yet we lead the world in technology right now with these industries. So I don't want to see them like just busted up, but yet reined in maybe a little. What do you think?
I really object to the idea of breaking up these companies, and the reason I do is because a lot of the tech ecosystem that's powering our economy is all built on the idea that one day this company might be acquired for a lot of money. And so all these other industries and players are working on that same idea. And if you start breaking up the tech companies, that incentive breaks up as well. It's not nearly as powerful, and there's not going to be nearly the amount of innovation and imagination and resources poured into it.
I see, yeah.
That said, I do get the sense that these companies, when it comes to personal data, should have some sort of shepherding. And I think that more and more people are going to demand that as more and more revelations come out. So I do want a balance, but I don't want a breakup. I just think breakup is for high school.
Okay. And then, now, how many people are in your firm?
We have 30 people across the United States. One of the things that's interesting is we are a virtual environment. We're a distributed workforce, so we have people in New York, Chicago, LA, and I find that that makes it easier for us to respond to all sorts of events, no matter where they occur. So something like in San Francisco is great, but sometimes we need to be in New York, like we are right now. And so having that base of support is invaluable for companies.
That's really interesting. What should a tech firm or any firm look for when they're hiring a PR agency?
I think they should look for passion, first of all. If you talk to an agency and they're not excited about it, that already is a dead giveaway. But I think the other thing that's important is focus. I think that an agency that's really focused on what you're doing and has deep expertise is going to be invaluable and transformative. And finally, I think that you should look for companies that bring kind of creative out-of-the-box thinking. And the reason is tech journalists are hit with about 100, 200 pitches a day, and you need a pitch, you need a story or narrative or a campaign that breaks through the clutter and tells your story in a new, interesting way that'll get people excited.
really interesting time to be in the media and to watch the media and try to figure it all out. So it's complicated. So thank you so much, Curtis, for coming. It's great to hear your thoughts. So yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.